A very common question that I get from local advertisers running lead generation marketing campaigns is, should I always enable call assets or ad extensions? This is what it was formerly known as. Now they're called call assets. In this video, I'm going to address when you should have call assets or extensions enabled and some of the pros and cons. So let's go ahead and dive in really into explaining what a call asset is in case you weren't aware of. If you were to search on Google, type in, let's say, for example, here, orthodontist in Orange County, you would get some ads that are served at the very top. This, with the call us button, is a call asset. It doesn't always show, but if you have it in there and you have a high enough ad rank, you could potentially have your ad appear with an asset. So when someone clicks on this, they can call you directly. So this sounds great in theory, right? Because if your goal is to generate phone calls, then you would want to have a way for people to contact you. With some industries that I work with, some of them don't actually want to have phone calls. So if you are one of those types of advertisers that can't handle the phone calls or just don't want phone calls and just want form submissions, you would not want call assets enabled. You would only want your call assets enabled if you care about calls as conversions. You want to count phone calls as conversions and you already have that set up in your ad account. Most local service businesses want phone calls, but there are some local service-based businesses, as I mentioned, that can't handle the volume and don't prefer phone calls, and they would rather just have leads contact them via form. Another thing to consider is, do you have resources available to answer the phone during the times that you have your ads on? Because it would be a major waste of money if you had your call assets or just your ads on in general and you did not have someone available to take the phone calls. So that's a big thing that you need to consider. And then also, if you within the industry that you're in, if the sales process is quicker by taking a phone call, you definitely would want to enable your call assets. Other things that you would want to consider with this is, if you are kind of on the fence about call assets, if you don't have someone available to answer calls consistently, I would say don't even enable that. If you prefer form submissions or online bookings instead of phone calls, don't enable call assets. If you have broad match or phrase match active and you're not actively monitoring your search terms report, I would say that you are opening yourself up to potentially having your ads appear for lots of competitors, and you might even be paying for different competitors, patients, or existing customers to call your office. And this is so common these days with the phrase match and broad match expansion in meaning, just matching to so many different competitors, that I feel like I'm playing a game of whack-a-mole trying to block out as many competitors as possible that are calling. And for example, if I was looking for Los Angeles orthodontist and then Potter orthodontist appears, but I'm a patient of Los Angeles orthodontist and I think that Potter orthodontist is the doctor that I'm looking to contact, I'm going to call Potter because they showed up first and say, hey, is this Los Angeles orthodontist? And they're going to say, no, we're not, we're Potter orthodontist. And then I'm going to say, well, this is the wrong number and Potter orthodontist just paid for that lead, unfortunately. So if you're not actively monitoring the phone calls that are coming in, then I would say that you should not have call assets available. But in a perfect scenario, you would have a way to track your phone calls, whether you're using call tracking metrics, CallRail, or Google's built-in call recordings, so that you can actually listen to what's actually happening on these phone calls. And you need to know if you're just spending a lot of money for other people's customers that are already working with these other providers, or competitors of yours, because that would not be ideal. You're going to be wasting a lot of money that way. So keep all of these tips in mind if you are considering whether you should be using call assets or not. I generally recommend my clients to. Most local service-based businesses will benefit from this, but the only reason why a business won't actually benefit from this is if they can't handle the phone calls or they just prefer not to take phone calls in general. But I will say that if you don't want to take phone calls, you're definitely going to be limiting yourself, because there's going to be plenty of other competitors that are going to be willing to take phone calls. And if you're forcing people to fill out a form, you're going to be playing a game of chase the goose to try to get them on the phone and try to convert them, rather than just have the ability to take the phone call and try to convert them right away with whatever the next step is, whether it's a free consultation or whatever it is in your process. So that's what I have for you in terms of call assets. It's not a 100% thing that's recommended across the board, but if you have all the criteria that I mentioned and you want more phone calls, then this is definitely something that you should have enabled. Under the assets and call assets, you would want to put the phone number that you would like to track. And if you have any further questions about this topic, or if you agree or disagree on what I have to say, feel free to drop your opinions and thoughts and questions in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. My name's Michelle. I'm the founder of Level 28 Media, and I help local service-based businesses generate leads from Google Ads. So if you are spending at least $2,000 a month and you are looking for an audit or managed services, then I would love to have a chat with you and see if you're a good fit to potentially work with me. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.